Alright, let me try and do this on 60 frames a second. I'm gonna try to do this live stream at 60 FPS, see how it works. Let me see.
This victory strengthens the soul of hockey. You win. Versus Bulldog. Battle for fight.
Hopefully you guys can see me better now. I think I'm having some issues with the rendering this in 60 FPS. Alright, let me see. Alright, let's see what happens now. Should be running good now. Been having some issues earlier with my I don't know what's going on with my PC, man. It's just I might have to reinstall the Windows. I might have to like do some replacements on there. Something's definitely going wrong with my GPU. It's not working properly, obviously. It's not my internet speed. It's just something with my GPU and my computer. It's just having some issues rendering. What's going on? My USB 3.0 that's connected to my Elgato, it's having this bottleneck for some reason, communicating with my NVIDIA GPU and CPU to render this. So I think that's the issue. So something's wrong with my GPU on this laptop, so that's the issue, I think. But now it seems to be running better. So I apologize for the my previous video. Like I said, if you guys don't tell me, I don't know. Like, you have to let me know if something's not working properly, okay? Because it's hard for me to see if I'm having any issues or not regarding this, you know. So you guys let me know if everything's running smoothly. It should be running smoothly now, but again, I don't know. You guys let me know.
Welcome back to the stage of history.
Hey, what's up, Fernando, man? How you doing, bro? Nothing, you know, it's just it's a sad day, bro. It's just, for me personally, it's a sad day to see Croatia lose that game like that. It was so, look, it was a great game nonetheless, and I'm okay with a second place for Croatia, but it was just disappointing. I think the word I'm trying to use, it's disappointing. It was just a disappointment to see them make these unnecessary mistakes in the beginning and then lose 4-2.
Versus Battle 1, fight.
So how you doing, Fernando, man? How are you? I'm using a Redream. If you watch my previous video, you're gonna find the link. So watch my previous video. You will see the name of the emulator that I'm using, and I think it's the best emulator that you can get for the Dreamcast. It's called the Redream. Basically, this is what it is. It's called the Redream. You can continue. You can just go click back. I got a bunch of games over here, as you can see. Tons of games that I downloaded. So that's what I'm using, Redream. If you watch my previous video, you will see that link for this software. And I think it's one of the best. They already have a BIOS included. The best BIOS is integrated into their software, and it's running the best. Better than the Demule. Honestly, like a Redream is the best. With the Redream, you can go up to 1080p and 4K. So you can choose to go with the native resolution of 480i, or if you want to go to HD, you can use HD resolution as well, or you can go up to 4K. And you can also choose the rendering. You can use your GPU to render this game if you like. So they do give you a bunch of different options. Greenlight Gaming, go to my previous video. You're gonna find it. It's all there. The link is there. You will see my previous video called Testing SEGA DreamCast Emulator Redream, and it's all there, man. Yeah, it's a great game. And it has aged pretty good, man. Considering it's a game that's 20 years old. Even to this day, after 20 years, I would say Soul Calibur still was way ahead of its time in terms of graphics, you know. This was a pretty big deal to play something like this. And another great thing about SEGA DreamCast, it was really the first console that brought the SEGA arcade. A lot of arcade games like Crazy Taxi, Ferrari 365 Challenge, Sega GP, Sega Rally, Dead or Alive, Soul Calibur. They brought a bunch of arcade games onto a Dreamcast, and they really brought it exactly the way it was on the arcades. Yeah, that's on the emulator though. What you're seeing right now is the emulator, and I'm using my Xbox One S controller. There it is, right here. And you can pause it, like you see, it's right here. It's called a Redream. You can go to the input and you can choose what type of resolution would you like to implement. You can go up to HD or 4K. Now, if you want to go to the HD and 4K, you will have to pay a one-time lifetime membership fee of $5, but you're going to be able to crank it up to the high definition HD, or if your PC can handle it, you can render it to 4K. But I think HD is more than enough, you know. Yeah. And it's really fast. This thing is really fast, you know. I don't want to go through all these games right now because I'm specifically playing a Soul Calibur. I don't want to mislead people. But it's a very fast software. Like I said, you guys can check my previous video and you will see just how good that this Redream software is. And I have a link down below. You guys can download, click on it. You know, you can support this company as well. So let's go back. See how quickly I can go back to my game when I pause it. Check this out. Well, I find out about this through research. You know, what I sometimes do, guys, and I recommend you do too, I research, man. I spend time on YouTube researching to see what type of emulators are available. You know, there's a lot of stuff on the internet. You have to research. You know, you have to spend time researching, and then you'll bump into something new, something you haven't heard. You know, and if I bump into something you guys didn't know about, I'll definitely put up a video where I'm gonna let you know. But yeah, this is me. Look at, there's barely any input lag. I mean, you look at me it runs smoothly. Nice.
You win! Final battle, fight!
Oh, let me finish this. Why, you want to see Dino Crisis? I can do Dino Crisis really quick. Here, I can exit. And look how quickly I exit and I click on Dino Crisis. And boom. Where was it? Where was Dino Crisis? It was down here, right? Look at that. Boom. Just like that. Really fast. Didn't even take, what, less than seconds. And loads up really quick, really fast. There you go. There's a Dino Crisis. Obviously, I'm not going to play the game. I'm just doing this to show you how quickly I can load it up. Any game I choose, whether it's Crazy Taxi or whatever, it loads up really fast, really quick. You know, there's no wait time. It's all there. You know, all of these games load up pretty fast. Resident Evil Code Veronica, same thing, really fast. Done. So it's very easy to jump in from one game, ready to rumble, just like that, really fast. And you don't have to be on the internet. This is the beauty about the emulators. You can take this with you anywhere. You don't have to have a freaking internet. Okay, you can play any of these games, take it with you. As long as you have batteries, as long as you have electricity, you're good to go. On today's console, you can't do jack shit without being connected to the Xbox Live service or PlayStation service. It's not bad enough to have to pay $20 a month, plus you have to pay internet service, plus you have to pay for the game. Give me a break. This is why I miss those old days where you didn't have to be connected to the stupid internet to double check your DRM, you know. Those were the days, man. Those were the days. There's Sega Rally right here. Also, very quickly go in. Sega Rally also supported the online function. I think Dreamcast was the console that implemented the online. You know. No, that was the magic of the consoles. When consoles meant something. Today, I don't even call them consoles. Today's, you don't really have a console today. What you have is just some PC. Some PC, mid-range PC, whatever. That's what you have. That's all you have today. It's a mid-range PC. Let's go back to Caliber.
Namco.
Well, I guess a mid-range PC, I would say, or entry-level PC. You know, it's really a PC. It's not a console. It's like Steam. You know, what is Xbox Live Service? Xbox Live Service, it's nothing but a Steam. PlayStation Plus, it's nothing but a Steam. You have to be connected to their service, on their servers, in order for you to play the game. So that means you don't own the game. Because you cannot play the game unless you connect to the Xbox Live servers or PlayStation servers. Just so they can check to see that you purchased the DRM. That you didn't bootleg that DRM or whatever. This, to me, was the time where the consoles meant something. You know, Sega Genesis, Nintendo 64, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, SNES, Atari, even Commodore 64. All of those consoles were really even though Commodore 64 was more of a computer, but it did play a bunch of games. But still, you guys catch drift. You know, you didn't have to be connected to the internet to play games. And look at this, there's barely any lag. This is exactly as the Dreamcast game. It's as if it plays almost as if I have a Dreamcast connected instead of an emulator. That's how good it runs. No issues whatsoever. Here, you can see right here.
Battle 2, fight!
Nice.
Victory strengthens the soul of King. You win!
Yeah, sadly, they couldn't sustain themselves because of PlayStation 2. I mean, PlayStation 2 and the Xbox pretty much Dreamcast. But I think they could have survived. But I think also it would have cost them money. You know, you gotta remember, first and foremost, they have to make they have to make money. And when you have such a juggernaut as a PlayStation 2, and then on top of that, the year after that, you have Xbox, it was really difficult for Dreamcast to compete. You know, it was just, it would have been impossible for them to compete. Just looking at the juggernaut of PlayStation 2, and then looking at the juggernaut of Xbox, and then even Game, it would be just difficult for them to make the quota that they need. Looking from a business point of view. Even Peter Moore said that the PlayStation and Xbox killed his Dreamcast, because you all know that Peter Moore was also in charge of Sega Dreamcast back then, and he had a bunch of ideas that he wanted to do with the Dreamcast, but the problem was the investors from Japan, Sega Japan, they said, we gotta call it quit. We only sold 10 million, that's not enough, and sadly, the rest is history. Someone asked me the other day, are we ever going to see Sega Dreamcast sequel like Sega Dreamcast 2? Highly unlikely. I don't think it's gonna happen, guys. Don't count on it. Sega will only stay as a software company. But that's okay, you know, as long as Sega brings a bunch of good games to a third-party consoles, I'm okay with that. But Sega lately hasn't been really delivering on that, you know. Yeah, Expert Joey, man. France, it was a great game, I'll tell you that for sure. It was a great game, but I was disappointed by Croatia. There was too many mistakes made in the beginning of the game. Way too many unnecessary mistakes. And then the goalkeeper, he fell asleep or something, I don't know. I don't know what happened. If you look at the way France scored those 2 goals, and the goalkeeper really didn't even jump to save the ball. He just kind of moved. It's just, I was disappointed. I was just disappointed. I mean, the most important game, once in a lifetime, World Cup, that you're gonna get this far to eliminate all these other nations, and then you don't give it your 100% to play your best, and you make these stupid unnecessary mistakes, and then the freaking goalkeeper, screw him. The hell with the goalkeeper. Play shit. I mean, you get paid of millions of dollars. You don't want to jump, motherfucker, man. Can't catch the goddamn ball. Just, if you look at the replay, he just didn't even try to save the freaking, to catch the ball. He was horrible. The goalkeeper in Croatia was freaking horrible. Terrible. I'm sorry, all you Croatia fans, but you know that I'm telling the truth. If you look at that replay, he just played horribly. The goalkeeper sucked on the most important game of the freaking day. He sucked badly. And stupid mistakes that were made on top of it. So he was disappointed horribly with the system. Kind of pissed me off, really. But that's World Cup. That's what it does to you. You know.
Battle 2, fight.
Well, of course, it's a psychological. I understand there's a lot of pressure. It's psychological game. You know, it's the last game, and they can't believe they made it this far. The entire world is watching. I know there's a lot of pressure. I get that, but you got three to adjust yourself mentally. You know, you gotta focus on one thing. You as a goalkeeper, you gotta save that ball as if your life depended on it, man. You know what I mean? But look, it is what it is. I'm just simply saying, some people say they were unlucky. Well, sure, the luck has to do with that as well. But stupid mistakes shouldn't be made. You shouldn't be touching that freaking ball. Number one. Number two, the header, you know, giving yourself a goal, and the goalkeeper can't even catch the goddamn ball. I mean, it's just, these are unnecessary mistakes, man, that you really shouldn't be making on the most important freaking game of your life. Forget all the other games you're gonna fucking play. That's shit. It's garbage. This is the one that's most important. That's in the history records. And then you don't give it 100%. You give half that bullshit, you know, performance. I'm sorry, Croatia, but I have to call it the way it is. Anyway, that's how I feel about it. I don't mean to be too harsh on Croatia, but I'm just simply saying they know they should have won that game. They should have won it, but they didn't. Because they made stupid mistakes. And because the goalkeeper, I don't know what happened to him. He just fell asleep. You know, he just, like he didn't even care. Let's do a team battle.
Welcome back to the stage of history.
Yes, you have to download the game. All you have to do is go to the muparadise.com. And from the MU Paradise, you can download the ISO. ISO is these softwares that the game is built on, where it's stored, all the data. You download the ISOs, and then you load up the ISOs, extract them via WinRAR zip, and then you extract it and put it into your hard drive, and then this software will automatically find where your game is stored. It will locate it, and then it will show up onto your the Redream emulator. Here we go.
Battle 1, fight!
Come on. Oh no! I have lost.
You lose. Sophia. Battle 2, fight! This victory strengthens
That was funny. Check that out.
Sophia. You win!
Yes, I win.
Versus Asteroid. Battle 3, fight!
Oh my god.
This victory strengthens the soul of Sophia. You win!
It depends on your internet connection, and it also depends on the server, you know. But it's worth it, you know. You just have to wait a while.
Battle 4, fight! Sophia was seriously wounded. You lose. Shanfa.
Yeah, yes you can. I'm using the Xbox One controller right here. That's what I'm using. You can use any controller if you like, from the PlayStation to the Xbox, from Nvidia Shield, whatever you fancy, pretty much you can use. But I prefer the Xbox. That's my choice.
Taki. Battle 6, fight!
Nice. Nicely done.
This victory
I don't know, it's up to you. I mean, what you like.
you win.
I would recommend maybe getting these types of games. This is what I been playing a lot, you know, like The Carrier, Crazy Taxi 2, Dead or Alive 2, Code Veronica. I would suggest going with Ready to Rumble, Crazy Taxi 2, Daytona, USA, Dead or Alive, Shenmue 1, Shenmue 2, Sega GTT, Sega Rally. You know, these are all great games. That's what I would download. That's if you ask me. You don't have to map it. With this software, where it automatically recognizes it. So you just have to plug it in. That's the beauty about this. It's the beauty about this software emulator. You don't have to do anything. Pretty much, it recognizes your controller automatically. It does everything for you. So you just have to plug in your controller and good to go. It's that simple. Now on the other emulators like PCSX2 or EPCSX for the PlayStation, you do have to use the mapping the buttons. You have to map the buttons yourself, the layout. On those other emulators, you got to do it. But on this one, you don't have to do that. And I think that's what's so unique about this particular emulator. Right now, currently, I would say one of the two best emulators you can get is this one, Redream, and Dolphin. Honestly, Dolphin and Redream, these two are my favorite emulators. They work flawlessly. Okay, the worst emulator you can get, it's that broken PCSX2, PlayStation 2 emulator. It's just broken. Okay, the image bin, everything's just not properly working. Here, the BIOS, everything is up to date. Everything is done much better. So, if you're gonna get yourself an emulator, go with this one, Redream and Dolphin. I recommend Redream and Dolphin. That's what I recommend. These two are one of my favorites. Let's do a survival.
Welcome back to the stage of history. Sophitia versus Nightmare. Final battle, fight!
Oh, come on. Come on now.
This victory strengthens the soul of Sophia. You win! Versus Voldo. Final.
And yes, like I said, I'm using the Xbox One controller, and it works fine. As you can see, no input lag, smooth as a butter, man. It's almost as if you're playing it on Dreamcast. Like, honestly, it's like original Dreamcast. And the quality that you're seeing on the live stream, it's nothing compared to what I'm seeing in person. It just looks so much better. It's like it's more fluid, it's more sharper, more fluid. It just looks 100 times better.
You win! Versus Sophia. Final battle, fight!
There you go. Get her. No. Oh, she bumped into a water. This will not happen again. I need more practice.
The legend will never die.
Let me do a time attack really quick.
To the stage of history. Alpha versus Astra. This victory strengthens the soul of Shanghai. You win! Battle 2, fight! This victory strengthens the soul of Shanghai. You win!
Let me do one more really quick, and then I'm gonna have to end the live stream because I got some things I gotta do. I wasn't even planning on doing this live stream. I just felt like doing something really quick just to show you a little bit of Soul Calibur and how well this emulator works. Remember, you don't have to play it in this native resolution. You do have the option of playing it in a full HD 1080p, and you also have the option of playing it in 4K if you go premium. All you have to do is pay one-time lifetime membership, $5. I mean, it's $5. It's not the end of the world. And then you pay, if your PC can handle it in 4K, that is. So you see, there's my controller right here. Let me see if I can do this with one hand, like this. Let me see. Nah, this was the time of my generation that I grew up in, and this is the whole point when I started this whole nostalgia gaming thing, because I really wanted. Look, I'm not the first guy doing this. Of course, there's old Jesus out there. There's my gaming life, whatever. There's a bunch of YouTube videos out there dedicated for retro. But since you guys are, you know, here with me, I want to do this for my subscribers to show you consoles meant back then. And term console. So this is what the console was all about. It was about you take console with you anywhere you go and then playing your games. As long as you have the electricity, as long as you have the TV, you're good to go. You don't have to worry about any stupid service. And when you buy a game, it is your game. You own it. It is yours. It belongs to you. As it should be. Okay? And that's what it was like back in early 90s, mid 90s, late 90s. That's what it was like. The internet kind of is a whole thing. This whole console. When I heard about the consoles wants to go to the internet, I knew that this is gonna suck. I knew they're gonna be thinking about the profit and the control, how we can profit and how we can control the games. And I knew that's what's gonna be the case. And that's why I never was a big supporter of it. You know. Look at that. Did I win? I won just by playing it like this. That's crazy, dude. Look at this. Here, let's do it again. Check this out. Oh my god. Now people are gonna say I'm like bullshitting. No, I'm not. Look. I can pause the game. Here. You'll see.
Shanghai versus Maxi. Battle 1, fight.
Here, just to show a little bit closer here.
victory strengthens the soul of
Green light, you have to sign up to a premium. You have to pay $5 and you have to sign up to a premium, and then you can jump to high definition to 1080p. And then from there, you can also go to 4K. Choose to do so, but you do have to register. You have to update to premium. I mean, it's only $5. You pay once, and you have the access to 1080p and 4K. It's only $5. You know. Now, I mean, look, I cannot vouch for this company, so, you know, like I said, you giving your credit card information to a third party out there, always be careful. But I'm just simply saying, you do have to pay that $5 if you want the 1080p HD or 4K. Me personally, I prefer native resolution of 480i because that's how I remember playing these games. I remember playing them at 480i interlaced in 580. I think it was 480p. I'm sorry, Dreamcast was 480p. 480i was the PlayStation 1, but the Dreamcast was 480p as far as I remember.
this victory strengthens the soul of Shanghai. You win.
And I win. Alright guys, so I'm going to end this live stream. It's just a short little live stream. What was it, like half an hour? Maybe 40 minutes, 30 minutes, something like that. Just call it a half an hour live stream. I just wanted to do a little bit because, like I said today, I wasn't even planning on doing a live stream. But I felt like giving you something, at least something to look at in case you guys are interested in buying or checking this Redream software emulator. Like I said, this is the best Dreamcast emulator you can get. I know there's Demule. Demules, you have to get your own BIOS. You have to do this, you have to do that. You have to jump through too many hoops. With this one, it's all there for you, so it's more convenient. Yeah, they do. They do look better in their own native. I mean, they run better. They don't necessarily look better, but they run better in their native resolution. And you have to remember, these games were not meant to be upscaled to HD or upscaled to 4K, all right, or rendered to 4K, or let's just say checkerboard. Really, it's what it is. It's checkerboarding it to 4K, meaning that your GPU and CPU is going to be running very heavily. So you got to have a really good PC to do that, okay, to render that 1080p and 4K. But me personally, I like to play these games in its own native resolution, 480p. They run much better this way, and to me, this is how I remember playing these games. It's smoother, I think. It's smoother, and it's much better when you play it in its own native source that it was originally designed for. Yes, you can. All you have to do is plug in another controller into your laptop, into your PC, and you're good to go. Yeah, you can do two-player. Alright, so that's all I have for you guys for right now. Oh, I remember 18-wheeler. 18-wheeler is pretty cool. Dino Crisis, Ready to Rumble, Shenmue. Now, this is different discs. You know, disc 1, disc 2, disc 3. There's a bunch of discs because, as you guys know, Shenmue was a huge game. Very long game. So, it was split in many different discs. Alright, guys, so that's it. I'm going to end this short. Like I said, I'll see you on my Shenmue live stream. The Shenmue will happen. So I'll say it here so that way you guys will know when you watch this video. And then I will also post it on my community forums. Shenmue 1. The live stream of Shenmue will be done at... I'll try to do it at 3 o'clock. Because it is a longer game. I'll take a little break, but I'll do it from 3 o'clock p.m. all the way to 11 o'clock. So it'll be like 6, 7, 8 hours. Okay. And then we'll continue on Saturday, same thing. We'll do Shenmue 1. We'll continue it, put another 8 hours. So that's what the live stream is going to be on July 20th, is it? Yeah, July 20th and July 21st. So there you have it. Thank you, some of you, for stopping by here. I know this live stream was unannounced, and a lot of you probably will be watching this after it's done, pre-recorded. Other than that, I gotta get going, guys. Thank you for watching, and have a nice Monday morning or Sunday evening, depending on where you are. Other than that, thank you for stopping by. Take care.